Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. In this short video, I would like to talk to you about your weekly vocabulary words. Almost every week this year in science class, you are going to have 5 vocabulary words. I do 5 vocabulary words because I just don't think giving you 35 at a time is a good idea. So what we'll do is every week you're going to have 5 vocabulary words. And I want to walk you through what the assignment is, and then on the last day of the week, typically we will have a quiz over those 5 words. But I want to walk you through so you can kind of understand what's going on. So when we look at week 1, this is when we're doing that. You can see for week 1, your vocabulary words are listed on the weekly overview. The weekly overviews are posted on my webpage. It's a great place to find out information. So you can see in the box, the vocabulary words for week 1 are acid, atom, cell, electron, and proton. These are terms that you heard last year. And you will see under the assignments on Monday, and I'll always assign them at the beginning of the week, your vocabulary words, and they are due Friday. And we will talk to you about exactly when they're due. If you click this link, it just takes you to Google Classroom because I post the assignment in Google Classroom like this. Week 1 vocabulary words. They're due on August 27th, and they'll always be due on Friday, whether or not it is a day of school or not. The vocabulary words are just due Friday. Sometimes we might have a vocabulary quiz before they're due, but that's okay. They're just always going to be due Friday by 7 o'clock in the morning. When you look at the assignment, you're going to notice that I have attached 2 things. First, your vocabulary slides, and next, the glossary. Now, the glossary is probably the most important thing to remember here. I am providing you the source of information for these vocabulary words. This is the glossary. When you click on the link, it will come up like this. And you will see here the first word, acid, right here. This is the definition I want you to use. There's a reason for this, because on the last day of the week, you will see that exact definition word for word. No changes. I'm not trying to trick you. You're going to see it word for word. And sometimes the actual vocabulary word is in the definition. So that might even help you study. But the reason why I want you to use this glossary, not only because it's the definition you'll see on the vocabulary quiz, word for word, the other reason is if I sit here and I click and Google acid, this is what comes up. Acid is a slang term. Over here, we got an acid is a molecule known as the Bronsted-Lowry acid, or capable of forming covalent bonds with an electric pair known as a Lewis acid. Well, if we look back at the other definition, it's a substance that can donate a proton to another substance and has a pH below 7. The definitions that I give you in this glossary are way smaller, I guess you would say, and are at the 8th grade level. And that's what I want you to learn. So please use the glossary attached. Don't Google. But every year, I have students that do this, and they Google it, and then they get the wrong answers because Google doesn't give you the word for word. So when we look at the vocabulary slide, in the center, it says type word here, and it'll be on each slide. If you just double click on it, highlight it, and you can just change it to the term, leave it right there. That's good. Some things you need to do. I want you to define it in your own words. It's just easier if you put it in your own words. Don't just copy the definition from the glossary. Next, I want you to use the word in a sentence. And then over here is a visual representation. Insert an image. You can draw an image, or you can go find an image. And this is where maybe an acid in Google might help, where you can get an image and insert it here. There are 5 slides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will find out that we do this every week, and it'll take you maybe 10 minutes at a time. I'm very adamant about doing a routine every week, so this will help. If sometimes you kind of get stuck, I have an example on my webpage. When you look down on the a navigation bar over on the left side. You can see examples, and then you can literally click vocabulary slide example or just scroll down to it, and you will see an example that I have put here for analyze. And I put it in my own words to examine something closely in order to draw a conclusion. I use it in a sentence. John analyzed his bank statement and found several errors. And then I put an image of a magnifying glass over some data, kind of making it bigger so that we're taking a look at it. Simple assignment. When you start thinking about your formative assessment points every week, this is a component of it. If you don't do this assignment, there's no way that you can get above 60 points on your formative assessment points. And you'll find that out when you watch the grading policy video. So I hope this helps. It's clarified. If you got any questions, you know you can contact me. Stay curious, folks.